Hi, good evening. Today we are going to talk about the best practices using repositories in software development. We believe that it is very important for us because we can make some mistakes, and well, we wanted to first start with the clear repository structure. What do I mean by that? It's very difficult for us if we try to delegate some task to other partners. So for example, something happened to us is that if I try to delegate something about the UI to my partner, it's very difficult because the structure is not so clear. So in order to take advantage of the repositories that we can build, we have to make a clear and logical structure. So organize our files is it has to be very intuitive for navigation, and of course we don't really want it to leave a mess, and because it's very important for us understand and contribute effectively. So from now we are going to take care of of the structure of our repository to delegate more efficiently tasks.
Next up are version control practices. Version control practices are important to keep a clean code base and also to work seamlessly without bugs or features interfering with one another. For it, we usually use a methodology called git flow, where there are three main branches, which are the main branch, the develop branch, and the feature branches. Every single feature is done on a feature branch, and then which are eventually, when they are done, merged into the develop branch. Once a big release is due, the develop branch is merged into main. Develop and main branches are push protected, meaning that they cannot be touched and only code could be added via pull request, which implies that a revision of the code is always due and no code can go into develop or the main branches without being previously supervised and accepted by several other engineers that are working on the said feature. Aside from that, clear and descripting messages are needed in every single commit, thus making each commit very much semantically significant for the application itself, containing what has been done, what has been fixed, and what is intended with said commit.
Okay, going on with the good practices, now we have the pipelines implementation. This will help us with the automatization of building, testing, and developing software. A pipeline give us early insights that will help us to detect errors that we are making in our code, and we don't need to end the development cycle to get those insights, so we can detect errors earlier. It is divided into different stage or steps, like the information injection, the software development, the insights for the analysis, etc. It helps us with the consistency and transparency because we can see the status of every change that our team is doing, so we can get an early feedback too.
Next up, it is also very important to commit often and commit early. This is mainly due to the fact that atomic commits are just simply way better at conveying the information. An atomic commit is basically that every single commit that you do is the smallest size as possible. Each commit does one and only simple thing, and that can be summed up in a simple sentence. By making them individual and easy to understand and read, the code and the commits associated with each new release can be perfectly versioned, referenced, and potentially debugged if needed. Ideally, if you want a test suite to be green whenever you commit, your changes might be atomic, and they should always be complete for your test suite to always follow through.
Okay, another good practice could be the documentations. It's important that when you are working on a shared code, you document everything, every change, every code you do, because not everyone on your team will understand what you're doing. Maybe the client will understand even less. So it's important that everyone know what is going on and each change that you make in the code. So not only make documentations in the code per se, but You can explain to the team what you did, what you push, and this is a practice that we implement, and it's really working for us. Every time we push, every time we make a commit, every time we change something in the code, we tell each other, and when we open the code, you can see what they are doing because most of the code is documented.